Hi, church family. Well, welcome to this week's In Touch. Hope you're doing okay. But if you are struggling at all at the moment, please, get in touch. Don't feel like you're on your own. Contact your life group leaders or Karen, who heads up the pastoral care team, or give me a ring or a message. We want everyone to feel still that they can access all the support and friendship that they need, whether that's practical help, having someone to chat with, or someone to pray for you. We don't want anyone to feel they don't have the opportunity for those things. Hopefully this month, with some nicer weather, we might be able to make the most of opportunities to gather with a few people in gardens and just enjoy seeing people again. Certain restrictions are easing slightly, so it's now possible for two households to meet indoors in someone's home, as long as you follow all the appropriate social distancing guidelines. So it may be on a Sunday morning you might want to join with another household in the church to do church at home together. Maybe have some food together. So just something to think about. But as I say, please make sure you just continue to follow all the appropriate guidelines as you do that. It's just really nice to be starting to see a few more people, as I say, meeting up in gardens or out. Some of you I've seen regularly through lockdown on Zoom. Others maybe I've just spoken to on the phone, or we've messaged through email, and some of you I feel like I haven't seen for ages. And it just got me thinking, when we do start gathering again together, I wonder whose appearance is going to be most different, who's going to have changed the most. It took me back to kind of as a child, when you'd have those kind of yearly gatherings of relatives, and you'd always get the aunt or the granny who would come up and ruffle your hair and say, "Oh my, haven't you grown? Haven't you changed since I last saw you?" Well, I'm sure we won't be doing that, but I just had a kind of a silly 5 minutes just amusing myself, imagining Bruce Cairns rocking up to Jubilee with a dyed Mohican, or Marshall with an eyebrow piercing. I'm sure that won't happen, but just wondering whose appearance will have changed the most when we get together next. I say it was just a silly couple of minutes, but what I have been praying is that actually we will be changed in other ways when we see each other next. That for all of us, through this difficult time, we will feel like we've grown in God, that we've proved his faithfulness in different ways, that we've learnt to trust him in new ways, that we've learnt to lean deep and hard into him. Maybe we've been filled with new levels of perseverance and faith. Maybe we've learned how to just lay hold of God's peace and joy in difficult times. So in one sense, I'm praying that we'll be unrecognisable as a church in a good way when we get back together again. And maybe for you kind of think, well, yeah, I can see that. I really believe God's doing new things in me during this season. He's showing me new things. I feel like I've had opportunity to step out in new ways during this season. If so, that's great, and it will just be so great to kind of hear about those things and to see those things. For others of you, you might think, "Oh golly, you got to be joking. I feel like I'm just barely holding on to God at the moment, let alone taking new steps of faith." Well, if that's you, first of all, in one sense, it doesn't matter if you feel you are just hanging on by your fingernails, because God has you held securely. Jesus said, "No one or nothing can snatch us from the palm of the Father's hand." He has got his hand on us and will continue to every day of our lives. But the other thing is that actually, even in hardship and even in suffering, God can and does change us and make us fruitful in ways that we just would never have imagined, and mature us in ways that we would never have imagined, even if we're struggling to kind of see that at the moment. Nevertheless, it's true. So please be encouraged by that. We'll put a link to a short video from Mike Pilavachi, which I saw the other day, and he was just speaking about Joseph and how Joseph was able to say that God made him fruitful in the land of his suffering. It's just a really encouraging word. I'd encourage you, if you've got 7 or 8 minutes, that's just as long as it is, to take a look at that. I know you'll be blessed by that. So, God bless you. Please be praying for New Day Online. That's coming up, and for our young people as they tune into that. Take a good look through this week's email. There's details about our Boxes of Hope initiative and ways that you can get involved with that to bless families in our community. Also about the workforce that we need just to kind of do some decorating and some making good up at Jubilee over the coming weeks. So if you can help with those things, just be fantastic to join with you and for you to be involved with that. So God bless. See you soon.